I think we're going to see tokenized equities in the US, and I think that it's going to be really, really exciting, and it's going to be here before we know it. I think that a year ago, if we had this discussion, we would all agree, I think, that equities are going to be tokenized. Really, the question is the timeline, and we would say sometime within the next decade this will happen. And sitting here today, having read Project Crypto, and with this new commission, I think that what we're seeing is that they are working to make this future a reality, or this vision, or make this vision a reality. And so I think it's going to happen, within the next year or so, which is very exciting.
Into 2026, I think stablecoin market cap will continue to grow, and I think the industry's focus on private credit, really leveraging the Web3 tech stack to upgrade how private credit in the traditional world operates. I think there's going to be a greater focus on that, at least from the Avalanche perspective. I think that's really where we're doubling down, as well as in the world of payment finance, which are really where traditional payment rails merge with stablecoins, and the private credit opportunity that arises there. I think that space will continue to grow as well.
We think that private credit, tokenized private credit, is probably going to become bigger than T-bills. At the end of the day, T-bills is kind of like a low-hanging fruit to tokenize, right? But we are seeing it, with different initiatives, also the ones I mentioned. How tokenizing private credit is probably going to be a much more interesting and also diverse tool, because at the end of the day, there's many flavors of that. So we think that is definitely going to be something big. And then, also something that we're looking forward to is seeing how Forex becomes more tokenized, right? Not just with US dollar denominated stablecoins, but also with stablecoins for other types of currencies.
I think we're probably going to have the first true curve, and by that I mean interest rate curve of different tokenized asset products from one asset manager, right? So instead of just having a T-bill fund or a CLO fund, they're going to have a full suite of fixed income products on chain for people to use.
I think 2026 will be the moment where we see trillions coming on chain, because we will start seeing real TradFi and low velocity asset moving on chain. That is new, and that's far from just moving a coin or a stable coin between two different ecosystems.
I think we've got a great setup for more growth for RWA. I was at a site event yesterday with traditional asset managers, and somebody asked how many of you are building or contemplating building tokenized funds, and almost all the hands went up. So I think the setup is great. I think we're going to see more RWA, and it's thanks to us, Centrifuge, and other innovators who are pushing the industry forward.
I've been making predictions for a decade now, and as a result, I've gotten more and more conservative on those predictions. However, the pace of change is obvious now, and in 26, we're going to see a lot more tokenized equities. We're going to see other types of tokenized fixed income products, some with some greater yield. We're going to continue to see a development of interesting derivatives. The DAT market is super hot, which I think will continue for some period of time. And of course, R3 is connected directly to the Solana ecosystem, which has a lot of momentum now. So I think we'll see a lot more of the real world assets, DATs, ETFs, really focused on the Solana ecosystem.
I think we're finally going to start to see utility and adoption of non-money market funds, cash equivalent investments in portfolios. In that context, we're seeing a lot of these AI toolkits that are coming out to say, hey, where can I sort of scan the opportunities for investment and make those quick investment decisions? Everything we've seen in crypto, and I'll say the convergence with TradFi, gets proven out by the risk on crypto blockchain natives. I think we're starting to see this technology convergence in that space now. And I think that's going to start to bleed into, I'll say, a lot of the more innovative traditional asset managers, and then a lot of the fintechs who are just servicing clients who are demanding this type of UI, UX. Everyone's fed up with the traditional online banking portals and the brokers. And I think, again, you look at the Coinbases, the Robinhoods, eToros, Nubanks of the world, there's a reason they're stealing all this share of wallet. And I think we're going to start to see them deliver a lot more novel products or new products that they can deliver onto their clients.
I think we are already seeing quite a lot of legacy players are coming in, but what will be interesting, and this is kind of what we are excited about, is we'll have a lot of asset classes merging with Bitcoin. That means gold merging with Bitcoin, you will have fixed income products merging with Bitcoin, because effectively Bitcoin is, it's a hedge towards current economic situation, right? If you believe the government will keep on printing irresponsibly, we believe on the other side the Bitcoin is growing in value. If that happens, you will have a lot of mixture of hedge funds, private equity and all these things taking Bitcoin to provide certain exposure, not directly for the full Bitcoin exposure, but let's say you have a private equity fund which has 10% exposure in BTC. This kind of products I see more and more coming in the next couple of years, and that will actually drastically change the entire RWA space.
I would say we're going to see positive momentum continue. First, continuing with money, right? There's framework now and guidance around stablecoins and money going on chain, and so I think that's going to be the first unlock. And then you're going to see a lot of asset managers, a lot of issuers, a lot of banks looking at bringing funds on chain, capital markets using blockchain, and that'll continue. But I think we're going to see a lot of movement with money moving on chain.
We started particular in 2022, and when we started back then, I don't know why, but I always said I think 2026 will be the year where we are reaching a specific tipping point. And I'm not meaning a tipping point where everything is like exploding and capital markets will move on chain overnight, but I feel we are reaching to a tipping point where it's just accelerating and you will see the exponential growth. And I think this is actually what will happen next year. And right now you see how the secondary markets are getting built. Everybody is getting the licenses, which they waited the last 2 to 3 years of. And you know, once we have the secondary markets, you see more liquidity also coming into that space. And now we have to bring all the puzzle pieces together because it's still fragmented and we're still early too. But my co-founder always like to say, we move from very early to early, which is already a lot. And yeah, 2026 will be exciting. And I'm looking forward to this tipping point.